Tenant management would be, how do you handle your tenants on the day-to-day basis? I think first of all, you need to understand what kind of tenants you have in your building. You can have a mix of tenants, whether they're law firms or software companies, and anything in between. So you need to understand what kind of tenants you have in the building in order to manage them. Everybody is looking for something different in a building, and looking for different experiences and things of that nature. And I think you need to understand what kind of tenant you have. You also need to, beyond that, understand what kind of information is in their lease. And understand how you're to manage that tenant by what's in the lease, what's been put in front of them legally, and then go from there. That's how you handle the day-to-day aspects of dealing with your tenants, understanding predominantly what's in the lease and what kind of tenant they are. Everybody communicates differently, so a law firm's going to need you to communicate with them in one manner, information, where a software firm with a bunch of that younger millennial age generation likes for you to communicate with them on a different level, possibly. So, I think taking those things kind of in consideration when you communicate with tenants, when you manage them, when you give them information, understanding those two things is important. On the retention side, I think that's probably, in today's market, that's probably one of the biggest things. You have space available. We have different options for space. Tenants have different options. They can go different places. If you're in the Midtown market, the rates are, pretty comparable across the board. So they have lots of choice. And so your job as the manager is to retain those tenants. And how are you going to do that? Again, by knowing what kind of tenants you have. If you have a mix, as I've said before, what kind of events and what kinds of things in the building can you do to make those tenants want to stay? You've got to be able to separate your location from the competitor location. In other words, you need to make their experience in your building better than where they can go somewhere else. So you're going to do that through events. You're going to do that through your communications with them, your attention to them, how you maintain the building. So all of those things together encompass how we retain the tenants.